Season 14 starts June 15th, and as promised, today we're going to bring you the Necromancer starter guide for Season 14. Necro starts out with Pestilence next season, and it's going to be juicy, juicy, juicy. So, let's not waste any time and get into it. Now, before we even get started, I'm going to reiterate, guys, you have to save your challenge rift for the week of season start. And a lot of players get confused about this, so just step through it real quick. You have to create your seasonal character first, and then go in and change the game mode to challenge rift. Start the game up, do the challenge rift, finish the challenge rift just like so. Boom, turn it in, switch the game mode back to adventure, and then in the bottom left you're going to see a little email notification. Challenge rift reward. Claim that to inventory and profit. Now, like we said earlier, you're starting with the Pestilence set this season on the Necro, which is the most powerful Necro set that the Necro has to offer. And what we're going to shoot for right out of the gate is Blight Spear. If you guys have never checked out my guide on Blight Spear, what are you doing with your life? Get over there and check it out. Arguably the fastest solo speed farm build in the game, period. This thing flies through 90s in 2-3 minutes. It's crazy, crazy fast. And for those of you that have played Blight Spear, you might be thinking to yourself, Fluff, that's a lot of CDR for right at the beginning of the season. Are you kidding me? There's no way. Listen up, baby birds. I'm gonna feed you. Now, for the purpose of testing, I just want to show you guys how insanely powerful this build really is at the start of the season. So for the sake of this video, we're going to play some gameplay above. In this gameplay, boys and girls, I have 0 Paragon allocated. I have 0 legendary gems equipped. I have 0 gems in my gear besides a royal diamond in my helmet. My stats are terrible. The worst in Yum, 8 seconds. The gear is terrible. We're assuming worst case scenario, we start with just the worst gear you can possibly obtain in Diablo. So what we've done is every piece of gear that can roll cooldown reduction, we roll cooldown reduction on it. We don't care about any other stat. Ideally, you know, you want the perfect stats, and check out the guide for stat priority. But for the sake of testing, all we've done here is just roll cooldown on every piece. Every piece, as you can see, is terrible stat-wise. But the pieces that can roll cooldown, we've tried to roll cooldown on. And we're not even max cooldown on some of these pieces. And some of the stuff is terrible. Like this next strength, are you kidding me? But by doing so, get your cooldown up to 50%. And again, that's without cooldown from Paragon as well. But as I said, in the gameplay above, this is exactly what we're running. Our sheet damage is 200,000. 200,000, guys. That is terrible. And we're able to farm GR70 right out of the gate. Now, first try, I was able to finish that rift with over 4 minutes left. I don't recommend you guys try that experiment. I just wanted to show you guys and showcase how powerful this build is without any sheet damage, without any extra juice. All you're doing is just rolling terrible pieces into cooldown reduction. That's all you have to do, and that's gonna be really, really easy to do at the beginning of the season. So don't freak out about cooldown reduction. Now, I will say, with just level 25 gems, actually wearing gems inside of your gear, I'm able to speed farm GR70 in 3 to 5 minutes at the start of a season, which is gonna be crazy for XP. Now, the big tip we always give you guys, save the challenge rift, of course. Normally, we tell you to spend those blood shards on trying to get a Circle of Naluj Evil, the Skeletal Mage ring. It's a really great item, and you can roll it at level 1 Necro, and it's very, very powerful for when you reach the end game. But this time around, we're actually gonna tell you to save your blood shards until you're level 30. Because at level 30, you have a 1 in 3 chance to roll the Corpse Whisperer Pauldrons, which is a very important item for this build. And it's actually going to help you level as well, which will be fantastic. Now, when you get the Corpse Whisperer Pauldrons, they're going to be ready to go for the cube slot as soon as you hit level 70. So you hit level 70, you have your Pestilence pieces, you've got the Corpse Whisperer Pauldrons in the cube, you're on the right path. What we're going to focus on after that is spending blood shards on the Vigilant Belt. Vigilant Belt isn't too hard to get. It rolls with base cooldown, which again is what we're after here, a staple in this build. After you get the Vigilant, I'm definitely gonna recommend you go for Nemesis. And actually, Nemesis are a lot easier to roll now, but it doesn't even have to be statted correctly. Like, as you can see, these are cold with life regen. That's terrible. You just need the ability to spawn elites off of pylons and proc your Ingyam. Those two items go together like peas and carrots. And then after that, with blood shards, I'm going to tell you to do something that I never recommend doing at the start of a season, and that is to roll rings with your blood shards. Because the only thing that's really going to hold you back as far as speed is not being able to find a Crispy. And as you guys know, Crispin Sentence is very, very difficult to find early on in the season. So we're going to start spamming blood shards on rings to try to get the Chrisman sentence. Now, along that path, we were also going to try to get Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, which is a staple for this build. A Compass Rose would be fantastic. There's a lot of rings that work with this. You can get Convention of Elements, Unity. Now, with upgrading weapons, it's a little different story. We're going to tell you first to upgrade two-hand scythes. There's a few two-hand scythes that are actually going to help you with damage modifiers early on in the season, get you into T11 as fast as can. But until you can get that Ingyam, there's a couple things we're going to recommend. One is, again, we're upgrading two-hand scythes here. So we're trying to get the Nair's Black Death, which is, again, is a staple inside the Blight Spear build. But a couple of two-hand scythes actually work pretty well here. Maltorius' Petrified Spike will make your Bone Spear hit harder. And if you're going to use Maltorius' Petrified Spike, I'm going to recommend that you pick up Reaper's Reps. You're going to be able to recharge juice because the spears are going to cost you a lot. And you're actually pretty much going to one-shot everything inside T11. Another thing you can pick up is Raylena's Shadow Hook. It's going to be pretty strong early on. Really easy to get because there's really good value for upgrading two-hand scythes inside of the cube. Now, after you get, like, say, the Petrified Spike, Nair's Black Death, you're going to focus all your upgrades on trying to get that Ingyam. And if you're leveling with the group, let them know, hey guys, I really need an Ingyam. It's going to speed us all up. You don't even need the Ingyam to be good. As you can see, this one's 8 seconds. It's terrible. Just make sure to roll cooldown on it. That's all you care about. But once you have Ingyam, Nair's Black Death, Creepy Sentence, like I said, you're just teeth are teething ready. GR70, speed already. Now, for the offhand, you're just going to get something on the way. You actually don't even need a specific offhand here. You can actually use a rare offhand with good stats. So I'm not even going to recommend spending blood shards or anything on offhands. You'll probably just find one naturally. And again, the only objective is to roll cooldown on it. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to roll well, just needs cooldown. And then finally, you know, trying to get a necklace. It actually doesn't even have to be a good necklace. Just a necklace that has like decent stats on it is all you're really after. Preferably early on, you'd want to be wearing Compass Rose plus Traveler's Pledge. It's going to help your damage, it's going to help your toughness. But if you can't get this combo, like I said, there's no problem. There's a bunch of other rings that are good for this. And there's actually a couple other necklaces that are quite good for this. Johnstone is very, very good for Blight Spear. Wisdom of Kalan can also be really, really good, especially if you're in hardcore. But any necklace would work. You know, and if your members of your group need a Ring of Royal Grandeur, a Ring of Royal Grandeur will go a long way. You can, you know, cube that bad boy or wear it. You get something like Leoric's Crown in the cube. That's going to help your cooldown reduction as well. Another big thing is make sure you get that diamond in your helmet as fast as you can. As you can see, this is only a royal rarity, so it's not even that good. Any diamond will help. But that's basically all there is to it, guys. Again, if you haven't checked out the Blight Spear guide, get over there, check it out. It's really, really powerful. You're going to be flying through GRs faster than you've ever flown through GRs at the start of a season before, especially if you're a solo player. And for stat priority, guys, again, go over to the Diablo fans guide on that. It's all written there. And that's basically it. I'm really looking forward to Season 14. Again, it starts June 15th. 5 p.m. Pacific time. Come hang out with us when the season launches. We'll be doing a 24-hour stream with some juicy giveaways. As always, guys, like, subscribe, come over to Twitch, ask your questions. We'll see you guys in Season 14. Peace out.